everybody, it's Roxy and Eli, and we are here to give you a quick tutorial on how to make ashes at home. If you are unable to come to church to receive ashes between noon to 2 or between 5 to 6 on Ash Wednesday, you can just make ashes at home. What we're going to do is we're going to take a bucket that we have. It's just a metal bucket. You can also do it in your fire pit if you have one. And you're just going to burn down some things that might have gone to waste. I would like you to try to think about old things, where normally at church we take our old dried up palms from the previous year's Palm Sunday, we burn those down, and then that's what Pastor Tim makes the ashes from. So think about what you have at home. Maybe you have some dried flowers, some dried leaves. Maybe you have some burnt toast that you made for breakfast that didn't go so well that you would just throw it out anyways. Maybe you have some toilet paper rolls, paper plates, napkins, those kind of things. Burn those down safely with an adult, and then add some olive oil and mix it up, and you can perform an at-home Ash Wednesday service. We hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and we wish that we could be with you all for Ash Wednesday service. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody, once you have safely burned your ashes inside, some of ours burned, some of ours the wind blew out. So you just kind of get what you get. It's not going to be like a perfectly black ash, but you can take the ashes that are at the bottom of your fire pit or of your metal bucket like we used. Maybe you just use burnt toast from that morning. That would do just fine. The main thing that we want to do once we have our ashes is put them in a small container. Got some larger leaf debris. Try to take out any large chunks and smash up the ashes to be a little bit smaller. Again, take out anything that was bigger, that did not burn down. And then do not mix ashes ever with water. It will burn your skin. So the most important thing is that you take the ashes and mix it with a little bit of oil. So we're just using extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna just drizzle a little bit in there. Mix it in. And again, what we used for our ashes were just a paper plate, a paper towel, napkin. We used some leaves. We had a toilet paper roll. So kind of taking things that would have been wasted and bringing that into our sacrament, our holy experience today. And you'll just take your finger. You could also take your thumb, whatever feels more comfortable. Most of the time when you see Pastor Tim do it, he does it with his thumb. So we'll just do that also. You can tune into our Ash Wednesday service and do your ashes at the same time as watching our service, or you could do it in the morning, kind of whatever time is most convenient for you. And yep, we'll just move your bangs up. And we'll say, from dust you came, to dust you shall return. Jesus loves you.
And you are my first, you are my last, you are my future.
For the Kids Collective digital gathering today. You've already seen our tutorial on how to make ashes for Ash Wednesday, which will be this Wednesday. And today is also a special day. It is Valentine's Day. February 14th is Valentine's Day. But I wonder what Valentine's Day is.
Ooh.
Who do you think Valentine was?
When God was born.
When God was born. That's Christmas. This is another holiday. There's lots of holidays. A lot of times people celebrate St. Valentine's Day with candy and special notes.
Yeah,
But why?
like some muffins and some cookies.
That would be so special. Well, St. Valentine was a real person, and we have this story for Godly Play, and I would love for y'all to listen to it as I read it today. So, St. Valentine. This is the story of St. Valentine. The church remembers him during the time of our color green. I wonder why we remember Valentine. There was once a man named Valentine who lived in ancient Rome, which is in Italy. Not in one of the big houses of the smooth white marble, but in rooms above the noisy street. He was a doctor. In his rooms, he had many things to heal people. Mostly herbs that he picked from his garden from outside in the city, or outside of the city. He used a mortar and a pestle to grind these herbs so that he could use them for medicine. When people came to see him, sometimes they didn't have any money to pay him. So he would accept something that they had made, like a pair of sandals or warm bread, and he would trade. Not everyone knew that he was also a priest, which is similar to a pastor, but in the Catholic Church. That had to be kept a secret because in those days, it was against the law to be a Christian. That means it was illegal to believe in Jesus. Is it illegal to believe in Jesus now? No, it's not illegal. Can you be arrested for being a Christian in the United States? No. So times were very different. Kind of seeming like he's in a little bit of the wilderness. Whenever anything bad happened in the city, they would blame the Christians, and then they would put the Christians in jail or kill them. So when Valentine prayed, he did so quietly after closing his door. One day, an old man and his daughter came to his home. She could not see. She was the old man's daughter. He took care of the prisoners in the big jail in Rome. Valentine knew that it would be hard to cure his daughter because she had been born blind. So there was really nothing that he could do to help her. It was just how she was born. But he loved to talk to her, and he put something cool and wet on her eyes to make them feel better. When the old man wanted to pay Valentine, Valentine said, "No, I want to give this to your daughter." At night when he prayed for his patients, he prayed the most for this daughter. Valentine and the girl became good friends. Sometimes when her father was busy at the jail, Valentine and the girl would go into the fields to pick herbs and use it to heal people. The girl loved to pick the flowers, the first flowers to bloom in Rome after winter, which are called crocuses. You say crocus?
Crocus.
Yeah, I just saw my first crocus blooming in someone's garden the other day. I had no idea what it was, and it was a crocus. She gave them to her father. One time, Valentine heard a noise outside his door. He hoped it was the little girl, but instead, it was a terrible crash. The Roman soldiers broke into his home and took Valentine away. They had found out that he was a Christian, and they took him to the very jail where the girl's father was there. He was the jailer. He was in charge of the jail and all of the prisoners inside. The old man could hardly believe his eyes when Valentine was brought into the jail. He didn't know what to do. A few days later, the soldier...
They don't have a key.
Yeah, well, the jailer did. And he felt bad because Valentine was his friend, the doctor who was trying to help his daughter. He wanted to help Valentine, but his job was to keep Valentine in jail for being a Christian. A few days later, the soldiers came to take Valentine away. Before he left, he asked for a pen and some ink and something to write on. The jailer hurried away to find it. When he came back, Valentine wrote something on a piece of paper, rolled it up, and said, "Please, give this to your daughter." Then he said, "Goodbye," putting a hand on each shoulder and looking the jailer in his eyes. The old man watched as he disappeared, and he knew that he would never see Valentine again. That night when he went home, he gave the rolled up piece of paper to his daughter. She asked, "What does it say, Father?" Opened it up, unrolled it, and just then, a crocus fell out of the note. A flower that Valentine had picked just for that girl. "What does it say, Father?" The crocus fell out of the paper onto the floor. The old man read, "From your Valentine." When the little girl picked up the flower, to her great surprise, she could see it. Even though she was born blind, it was a miracle. She could now see. We remember Valentine because he loved so well. The end. There's the story of Saint Valentine. In order to become a saint, you have to have so many miracles that people attribute to you and your belief in God. And this is a miracle where this girl was blind and then she could see after Valentine's kindness. So for today's creative response, I would love for y'all to make a Valentine. So you can either make a Valentine card for the wonderful neighbors at Brandon Towers, put it in your collection that we'll bring over on Easter Sunday. We'll collect them on March 21st at church when you come to get your palms for the following Sunday, which is Palm Sunday. And just to make sure that we have all of the cards from our community. And so you are welcome to make a paper card to give that just says, "I love you," and "We miss you," and "You are loved." And then put that in your pile to bring to church when you come and get your palm on March 21st. You can also stay tuned for our little tutorial on how to make an herbal Valentine. So one of the cool things for me about this story is that Valentine used herbs from the garden or that were growing wild. And I think that it's something that we've forgotten how to do.
That's that if he goes in jail.
Yeah, that's where the story ended up. Yep. But we have some that grow in our garden that I just wanted to teach you about. So these are the petals of an herb or a medicinal plant called yarrow. Yarrow. And I like to make a tincture from it and then mix it with beeswax. You can see it in there. And yarrow is really good for healing cracks in your skin, dry skin, boo-boos, so like cuts, scrapes, bruises. And it has healing powers. So during winter time, when we're out in the yard a lot, working with our hands, or just like the dry weather, we like to put this all over our hands, or we've gotten some ant bites that we've put them on, bee stings, all that kind of stuff, and it helps.
After a park when I was climbing that tree.
That's right, and then we put some yarrow cream on it, and
On
it
my
made it
foot.
on your foot, and it made it all better. So there's a ton of medicinal plants out there. So if you want, you can go ahead and start researching some medicinal plants around the neighborhood or in your yard. Maybe your parents know that they have some things in their yard. The other thing that I thought would be fun is to make a little Valentine wreath out of herbs. So this herb is called rosemary. Say rosemary. Rosemary also has medicinal values and is really healthy for us and for our body. We use it mostly as a culinary herb, so as an herb that we cook with. I'm going to just take a little bit of string. I've cut 2 pieces of the rosemary, and I'm going to cross the bottom and tie it so that it creates a little point or like a V shape at the bottom.
Are you going to make a heart?
I spoiled my secret. I am going, or my surprise. I'm gonna make a heart out of rosemary. So you're gonna just tie the bottom. So we're gonna cut another piece of string, and then we're going to hopefully it'll stay like that. Okay, so we've tied that top part, and because ours are super fresh, I'm going to try to take my string and tie it to this bottom part so that it holds that cute little heart shape.
And then tie it around.
And then we could always make a paper Valentine and then tape it to the string in the middle and hang it on our door or our mailbox.
Or I got a good idea to hang it on our door, on our new door.
Good idea. All right, there is our Valentine heart, and we'll just make a little sign, tape it there that says, Happy Valentine's Day, you are loved. And that will be our herbal Valentine in the spirit of Saint Valentine. So we look forward to seeing you hopefully on Wednesday if you come to get ashes from the church. And if you come, you will also be getting a Lenten wilderness kit that you can have. All kids at Eastside Church will have this Lenten mosaic kit that you can take home with you. It comes all packaged up, and throughout Lent you will just collect, go on a nature walk every single day and collect various objects from nature. So found rocks or acorns or wood chips or sticks, whatever that might be, collect them, put them in your kit, and then the weekend of Easter Sunday, we will be using all of those found objects in nature that brought you joy and just showed you that God loves you and that nature is beautiful and God's creation is beautiful. We will use all those objects in a mosaic tile garden stepping stone that I can help you make, or your parents, if you're quarantining at home, then you're welcome to just mix up some cement, pour it into the container that your kit will come into. We'll have more information and tutorials on how to do that. And then you can place your found objects in the concrete, and then once it's dry, you pop it out and you can use it as a garden stepping stone in your garden and around your home. So we hope that this will be a fun little Lenten journey to be on, and you'll receive that starting on Ash Wednesday, or we can arrange either a porch drop-off or porch pickup from my house, or me going to your house to drop it off as well. So more to come on that, but just wanted to let you know that that is a fun Lenten project that we will be working on together. We look forward to seeing y'all maybe on Wednesday.
Bye!
Bye.